How are all of you lovely people doing today? My name is John, and welcome to the beginning of a brand new series on my channel. I'm going to be doing a weekly mod showcase, and I know some of you might be a little bit concerned, considering for the past year I've pretty much strictly uploaded zombie storyline related content, and I thought because it's the off season and because there really isn't that much to talk about, this would give me something to do and something to discuss on my channel. So every week I will be showcasing an interesting, a cool, or a creative mod that I found in the Black Ops 3 workshop. And for those that want the zombie storyline content, don't worry, I will be, as always, uploading a new episode of the zombie storyline Q&A, and whenever I have new theories or things in the story I want to discuss, I will be making videos on them. So this isn't actually taking away from storyline content, this is more like additional content. Truthfully, we're in the off season and this gives us something to do on the channel. What I want to show you today is a remake of Nacht Der Untoten. Now I know if you go to the Black Ops 3 workshop, there are a lot of remakes of Nacht Der Untoten, but this is a brand new one that was just released about 2 days ago, and if you ask me, it is the best and most faithful remake to Nacht Der Untoten that I have seen so far in the workshop. A lot of times what people will do is they'll take Nacht and they'll reimagine it. They'll create new areas, or they'll say, hey, I wonder what Nacht was like if we include a bunch of wonder weapons and throw every single goddamn perk in that tiny map. And this map is for those that want the feel of the original map. Unlike some remakes, this might be the best looking Nacht Der Untoten remake I've seen so far. It has the vibe, it has the lighting down, that foggy atmosphere that's dimly lit only by a few very harsh spotlights. It almost nails it. This is probably one of the better remakes of Nacht Der Untoten that I've seen so far. And remember, this is the Black Ops 1 version, so you will find Mule Kick in the corner. Keep in mind, you do have to turn on the power to activate Mule Kick, and I think it wasn't supposed to be like that. I think that was just an unfortunate side effect for how the mod tools work. Maybe this is a new mapper that wasn't quite sure how to implement a perk with power always on without having a power switch. So they made it very easily accessible right next to Mule Kick. You can basically ignore it and the map functions exactly like the Black Ops 1 version. You'll even find the Thunder Gun in the mystery box, and one little complaint that I do have is that it's missing some of the World War II weapons. I know you can implement other weapons from other games into the maps. I've seen them in other Black Ops 3 custom maps, so I would have liked to have seen some of the weapons. I don't know, Nacht isn't the same without the Thompson gun sitting in the corner of the mystery box room, or the double barrel shotgun as I come up the spiral staircase. I mean, where I would expect to find a shotgun, I find a pistol on the wall, which is a strange little detail. And this is a map that gets a lot of little details right. Everything from piles of dirt to chairs to couches to cupboards just strewn about are pretty much spot on. The sniper cabinet is missing. It's actually been replaced with a gobblegum machine now that I think about it. But for the most part, it nails the atmosphere and the aesthetics of Nacht perfectly, with the exception of a few missing weapons and a weirdly placed power switch. It's almost spot on. Now let's take a little bit of a comparison between this map and previous versions of Nacht Der Untoten that we've seen before. So this is the remake, and this is the Black Ops 3 remake that we saw in Revelations. Now, what Treyarch did was they reimagined Nacht in a sense. They retextured it, they added new stuff, and they also changed the layout a bit. So this is probably the most drastic difference you'll see between these two maps. And we can also compare it to the Black Ops 1 version, and honestly, when I look at it, I'd say they are very similar, and the only thing I'd say is that the remake almost looks a little bit too clean, and this is a criticism that I would give a lot of remakes and a lot of Black Ops 3 zombie custom maps. I mean, if we look at all three versions side by side, you'll notice a lot of them have details, and the textures are very grungy, they're dirty, except for the remake, which is just slightly cleaner, and it is a little bit off-putting, but honestly, this is a symptom that you see happen with a lot of custom maps. Unfortunately, I just don't think the tools are there to allow for near perfect remakes. Another thing you'll notice is that the remake version also seems a little bit more narrow. The map isn't as large, especially in the starting room. I think, unfortunately, they missed the mark there. So it doesn't quite feel like it as much. the dimensions are just slightly off, although that is also something that was very difficult to get correct. I will say though, this map still does play like Nacht. It's difficult. You are sort of fighting for every round because there are no perks. You never know what's going on, and it's also pretty dark, much like the original, so you never really know what's going to be lurking around the corner. It has the feel and the atmosphere just right, and that's one of the best things that Nacht had going for it. It really nailed the horror aspect of it because it was so dark and mysterious, and that's part of the reason why I like this remake so much. That's going to wrap things up for this episode of the Black Ops 3 mod showcase. If there are cooler, interesting maps you'd like me to see or talk about in future videos, please do tell me in the comments below and I'll check them out in the workshop and maybe they'll be in a future episode. I'm going to go though, have a wonderful day, and bye.